it's Goddess Designs again, and I'm here once again to show you how to do part 2 of the shirt tutorial where we're gonna actually do some folds and shading. So what we want to do on this part, as you can see, I already have the shirt textures pulled up and the layers, and I will go layer from layer for you. That's the mesh. That is the opacity that I had made, and as you can see I have it pulled down just a little so I can see where the mesh outlines are. And then I have a pink layer instead of a white one so I can see how we are doing the fold, so I want to pull it down just a hair so I can see everything. So the next thing we're going to do is make another layer, and I'm going to show you two different ways of making folds. One's the easier way, and then the other, it takes a couple more seconds. So what we want to do right now is make sure we go on our brush tool and make sure that is at 3, 4, 5. You don't want it to be too huge. So I'm just going to select 4 for right now. And the next thing we want to do is we want to go to our pen tool, and you want to make sure this is selected and this is selected. So our next step is make sure we're on our new layer because we had to set up a new layer. So we're going to click on there and make sure that's clicked. Start somewhere, click there. I'm going to click here. We're going to make a little curve. Then I'm going to click over here, make another curve, and then another curve. So then I want to double click there. And next step is to right click. And we're going to stroke the path. And you want to make sure your brush is set at white. So when it comes up as stroke path, make sure there's brush and simulate pressure. So click OK. And then we're going to hit escape twice. 1, 2. Okay, so next thing we want to do is right click that, and we're going to duplicate this layer. Click OK. And so we're in the new layer. Next thing we want to do is hit Control U, and we want to take that lightness down. Excuse me. I got a little bit of a cold, so don't mind me. We were going to take that lightness down all the way down to negative 100. So let's click OK. We're going to go on our moving tool, and we just want to pull it down just a hair, not too much. And sometimes it doesn't want to come down just a hair. And when I have this problem, sometimes I will hit edit and I'll go to free transform, and I will move it up slowly with the free transform brush because then I can get a little bit closer. Let's move that, and we're gonna move that, and then move it back up just a, oh, I just had it. Okay, there we go. Then click on here. Sometimes you can get it right the first time, and not, then with moving it, then you just can hit the free transform brush, click apply transformations, and as you can see it's right underneath it, and that's where we want it. So next thing we're gonna do is hit layer, merge down, and as you can see everything's on that layer, so I'll remove the rest of these just to show you, see? But we're going to pull those back up. And then next thing we want to do, we want to make sure we're on that layer we were working on, and we're going to go to overlay. And as you can see, it turned into kind of like red underlay, but we want that for any color. And so the next step would be to go to our smudge tool. You don't want it too strong, so I have it set at 14%. And what we want to do, we just want to smudge it lightly. Just go against it from the line, and as you can see, it's turning into a decent fold. And I will pull everything up once we are finished, because the reason why I did that was so that we can see that where we're putting this fold. And that's just one way of making a fold. So I'm going to pull the opacity back up on this one so you can see it. And as you can see, it's a halfway decent fold, and with the pen tool you can do a whole bunch of different designs and just put them where you want to. So the second way, which I'm going to show you, is we're going to click another layer. Oops, wrong one. Okay, we're going to click on this layer, and we want to pull the opacity back down on this one. This one right here is what we're going to do is click on a brush tool, make sure it's on white, and we're about 4. So wherever you think you want the wrinkles to be, like here, and then we're going to make another one there, and then another one here, and then another one, some on the side maybe, and then maybe a couple right here. So the next thing we're going to do is almost like the other layer that we were working on. Ooh, I made a boo-boo. I was working on the wrong layer, so let's just step backwards. You gotta make sure you're on the right layer or you'll goof up, just like I did. So I'm just erasing all of those and going backwards, because I wasn't on my new layer. Smack my hand already. Okay, so let's do this over again. We're gonna make, usually you'll see shirt ones like right about here and there, and sometimes over there, and then on the sides. So we're gonna put them there, and sometimes you'll see them on the breast, like right here, right there, there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is click duplicate later. We're going to click OK. And then our next step is we're going to hit Control U again. Bring the lightness down. Okay. Okay, we're going to try to move this thing around some. So we're going to pull it down just a little, if we can. And for some reason it doesn't like me today, so we're going to go Edit, Free Transform, and we're going to pull that up just a little. Apply changes. And then next thing we want to do, because we're on that layer right here, we want to go to Overlay, click OK, and then we're going to hit our smudge brush. But with using this kind, you want to make sure that you're smudging the edges a lot. So that they're both going together. Did I? Hold on. Layer. I forgot to merge down. I'm a bad girl. Okay, so now see. I was wondering why the white wasn't going. Okay, and we're going to merge those sides. We're going to merge that one. We want to strengthen that. Just move it some so that it has kind of a pointy edge to it. And then we'll go over the inside of it some. And a lot of times with the breast ones, you want to make it a smaller one, just so it looks a little bit more detailed. This just gives you a basic information on how to do it. And we're going to smudge those. And as you can see, We're going to go back over here and we're going to click overlay. And as you can see, we've got a bunch of folds now. Bravo. And I'm going to pull that layer down so that you can see that it goes right there where our mesh lines are. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask either on my imvu page at Goddess Designs or on YouTube. And you guys have a nice day. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks. Bye.